You're afraid of the dark? You know that feeling. You turn off the lights to go to bed, and suddenly you're power walking to your bed like something's gonna grab your ankle. Yeah, you're an adult. You pay bills. You've watched horror movies 100 times. And yet the second the lights go off, your brain turns into a 5-year-old again. So today, why does this happen? Turns out scientists have actually studied this, and the answer is way weirder than, oh, it's just childhood trauma. First myth to bust: you're not actually afraid of darkness. Darkness itself is just an absence of light. Nothing scary about that. What you're actually afraid of is not knowing what's in it. Your brain runs on visual information constantly, scanning your surroundings every second, ruling out threats. No tiger behind that couch, no intruder by that door. The moment the lights go out, that scanning system goes blind, and your brain doesn't relax. It goes into high alert because it can't rule anything out anymore. That's why a coat hanging on your door looks like a person at 2 a.m., but looks completely normal at 2 p.m. Same object, different amount of information. Here's where it gets genuinely wild. In 2021, researchers at Monash University in Australia ran a study where they put people in a brain scanner and exposed them to alternating light and darkness, watching what happened in real time in a part of the brain called the amygdala, your brain's fear center. Their results showed that light actually suppresses activity in the amygdala and boosts its connection to the part of the brain that helps regulate emotion. Basically, light calms your fear center down, and darkness doesn't add fear, it just removes the thing that was keeping fear switched off. Lead researcher Dr. Elise McGlashan said our fears about darkness might not come from culture, myths, or scary movies at all. They might be driven purely by our neurobiology. So that eerie feeling in the dark isn't superstition. It's a measurable, scannable change in your brain chemistry. And it goes even deeper than that. There's a whole separate discovery involving special cells in your eyes. In 2002, scientists identified specialized cells in the retina containing a light-sensitive pigment called melanopsin, cells that are different from the ones that let you actually see images. Their entire job is simpler: just detect whether there's light or no light, and report straight to your brain's stress and alertness centers. So the moment a room goes dark, before you've even consciously registered it, these cells have already fired off a signal, and your cortisol and stress hormones start shifting. In other words, your body doesn't wait for your brain to decide to be scared. The alarm goes off automatically. Now, why would evolution build us this way? Simple. For most of human history, night was genuinely dangerous. No streetlights, no locked doors, predators that could see better in the dark than we could. If you were the caveman who heard a rustle in the bushes at night and thought, probably nothing, you didn't get to pass on your genes. The anxious ones, the ones who froze, listened, got their heart rate up, they survived to have kids. So basically, we're all descended from the paranoid ones. And this explains why kids are so much more afraid of the dark than adults. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Child Psychology found that fear of the dark is one of the most common fears in children, peaking at a specific age before gradually fading, because a kid's brain hasn't yet built up the experience to explain away ambiguous shapes. An adult sees a weird shadow and thinks, that's probably just my jacket. But a kid's brain doesn't have that shortcut yet, so the shadow just stays a monster. So next time you're specifically not looking behind the shower curtain at night, know that it's not irrational, it's not childish. It's a survival circuit that's been running for roughly 1 million years, and it's doing exactly what it evolved to do. You're not weak for feeling it, you're just very, very well designed.